So in order to have peace, we need a foundation of peace. And to us as Christians, that is simply Jesus Christ. Because the Bible teaches us he is the Prince of Peace. And it is Jesus who said, it is Jesus who said in Matthew 6:24, you cannot serve two masters, right? Because if you serve two masters, you'll either love the one and hate the other, be loyal to the one master and despise the other master. So therefore, you cannot serve God and mammon. And mammon basically talks about the degrading influence that we receive from the wealth of material things, right? When our material things start degrading us, start degrading our identity as children of God to a point where we start believing that the money, the career, and the possessions that we have are actually the source of the life that we have. We start forgetting that God, the Creator, is actually the source of all knowledge, of all wealth and all life that we have, right? So you cannot serve two masters. So today we're talking about who is your master for peace sake. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are new, I've got a special welcome to you. Hello. Hi, welcome. I hope you will find the content in this platform worthy enough for you to subscribe, right? And if you have already done so, please get your people and their people to subscribe to my channel. Guys, get with the program, okay? And don't forget to click the notification bell because it lets you know every time I upload a new video so that you can come check it out. And your comments always are amazing for me. Tumi Kumbe, I will keep on giving you a shout out, friend. Thank you so much because she's forever sending those comments. And if you want a shout out, please get into my comments box and start sending through your comments. I appreciate them. And don't forget, the maths is still that simple. If you like the video, then like it. Click the thumbs up. If you like it. And please share the message on your platform if it inspires you. And by the end of this video, if you find it didn't do anything for you, maybe somebody connected to you needs the message. So share it on your platform anyway. Guys, you know, from last year, God has been teaching me about the fact that as Christians, we need to decide what kingdom we will be, we will serve. Yeah, I think maybe that's a better way. What kingdom are you serving on earth? What kingdom are you building on earth? Whose kingdom are you busy building? Right? Because, you know, God made me realize that there's two kingdoms on earth, either the kingdom of God or the kingdom of darkness. And we need to decide, make a final decision, because you cannot serve two masters. The reason why we as Christians lack peace when we are supposed to be having a foundation of peace, who is Jesus Christ, is because I believe that in the entire world, the Christian community is the only community that sees nothing wrong with mixing their God with other gods. You can go to the Muslim community, you'll find that they praise certain gods or one God or Allah. If it's Allah, it's only Allah that they serve, and they will not take gods from other religions. They will not take Christian God and start serving him, start bringing Christian principles into the Muslim community because they trust the God that they serve. They have decided who their master will be, and they are serving that master and that master alone. That's why you'll find a Muslim person having more peace than a Christian who's supposed to have a foundation, who is Christ, the Prince of Peace, in their lives. But yet you find a Christian lacking peace, because Christians are the only community in religion who feel it is right to mix up their God. We will serve money, we will serve other gods, we will serve people, we will even honor people over the God that we serve. I mean, you will find a person, doing things that they know are not according to principles. The things that you're doing at work are not according to your belief. God will not want what you're doing, but because your superiors are telling you to do things, you end up doing those things and expect to have peace. How do you have peace when you serve people over God? It is when you cannot decide who your source is that you end up in compromising situations that make you compromise your belief system, right? When you cannot decide whether your job is the source of everything that you have, or God is the source of the job that you actually have, right? When you haven't decided as a child of God who your source is, you end up not having peace because you put yourself in compromising situations where God will not give you peace because you have proclaimed yourself as his child. So what makes us have peace, what makes us have the foundation of peace, is choosing our master. Jesus was talking to the disciples and he was teaching them a lot of things, and after hearing Jesus' teachings, they asked him, so what shall we do to do the works of God? And Jesus, when he answered them, this was on John 6:28, when they asked the question, on 29, he says to them, the work that you must do is to believe in whom God has sent. He was saying, if you want to do God's work, the first step that you need to take is to actually believe in Jesus, who God sent on earth, to believe in God himself, to know that God does not need help, to know that God is the source of everything that you have, your wealth, your career, your home, the family that you have, the very breath that you have belongs to God. He is the source. He's the one who's given you all these material things that you have. When you start knowing that it was God, not your IQ level, not your EQ level, not your connections, when we start realizing that everything was orchestrated by God so that we may have it, then that is the beginning of doing God's work. What's the point of wanting to build God's kingdom, to be the hands and feet of the God that you yourself do not believe in? So Jesus answered them and said, the first thing that you need to do is believe in the God that you serve. So basically today what I'm saying to you is, as a Christian, as a child of God, who is your master? When you start knowing who your master is, the second step is you need to believe in the master that you have. We go through things as children of God. For example, for me, conception, trying to have kids in a marriage. The devil attacks marriages in so many ways, and one of those ways is conceiving in a marriage. You'll see people who don't want kids having kids, but us who are in marriages and praying for children, we struggle to have children. And the next thing that starts coming to mind after 8 years of being in this marriage and not being able to conceive, we start thinking of other ways of helping God. We start saying, maybe God, that is why God gave us brains, so that we can start thinking for ourselves on what to do to make sure that we conceive. We go to different sources, right? We start finding different sources in order to conceive. It could be a job. You've been looking for a job for a long time, 3 years now, 4 years now. You've got the qualification, but Like, really, God, I've been praying, this is not coming through. But what are you doing while praying? You know, I've heard Josiah saying, you know, patience is not just waiting on God, but waiting on God with a positive attitude, still believing and with an expectation that He ultimately, when the time is right, will respond. But what is the point of me praying for a job and on the other side I'm busy trying to pay HR people to give me a position? Then where can God fit in while you are still trusting in your own IQ, in your own connections, in the funds that you have to secure you a job? You want your business to get tenders, and you start having midnight meetings with people calling each other comrades in those meetings, so that you inflate the amount that you want for that tender, when you know very well that you need a lesser amount. You start meeting up with comrades and you have midnight meetings. At the same time, you are praying to God. You are calling yourself a child of God. Who is your master? Your connections, your money, your intelligence, other people, or God? You cannot serve two masters and expect to have peace, because we know that the Bible teaches us we serve a jealous God. So make the decision in order to have peace. If you want wealth to be your master, then serve wealth, serve your possessions. Maybe you will have peace, right? Because now you've decided on one master to serve. But when you try and serve your own desires, at the same time serving God, and we say things like we are helping God, you helping God, the creator of heaven and earth. What exactly have me and you created that we are worthy enough to try and help God? What have we done on earth just on earth, that makes us worthy to help God out? Choose the master that you want to serve in order to have peace. And that's how we have the foundation of peace. And Jesus said it clearly: if you love me, if you believe in him, if we believe in him, we need to keep his commandments. And one of those commandments, he said, you cannot serve two masters. You need to make a decision today for peace sake. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach. Guys, don't forget to do the right thing. Subscribe to this channel if it makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you. Tongue twister right there.